Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We'll be with you in a second. We have to wait for Lilydale Blog Talk Radio to start. It should in just a second. Welcome, everybody. I'm Reverend Angie Abt.
Your show now, press 1 to hear important instructions.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Radio.
Welcome to Lilydale Radio, featuring topics about spiritual, mediumship, healing, spirituality, and the Lilydale Assembly, the world's largest center for the religion, philosophy, and science of spiritualism. This is Lilydale Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Grace. It's good to see you. My name is Reverend Angie Abt. I'm here today with my good friend, Brenda Reading, medium teacher and healer. Also works at Santosha, which we love working together at Santosha, right, Brenda?
Absolutely. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah. So this is Spiritual Discoveries with Angie and Friends. We're on Lilydale Blog Talk Radio, and we're on several different Facebook pages as well. We would love to have you come on and comments and say hi to us and let us know where you're from. Also, as we go through the show, we would love to have your comments, your questions, your stories. We love we love to talk to you, but we love to hear from you too. Right, Brenda?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Hi, Tim. How are you? Nice to see you. Okay, so everybody, we have exciting news. I want to start talking about Lilydale first, all right? Because Lilydale for me is one of my most favorite places in the world, and I know it is for Brenda too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hi, Linda. Hi, Lynn. Lynn from UK. Cool. Okay, so first of all, the Lilydale Catalog is out. Yay! It's so exciting. I got mine in the mail, yes. And I want to let you know that there are so many things going on in Lilydale all summer long. And I'm pretty sure that all the workshops and classes they're all going to be on Zoom, like kind of hybrid and in person too. Right, Brenda? You know about that.
Right. That's what we're aiming for now. And I know for sure Zoom, and they're looking forward to opening the gates and having everybody come in that wants to come in. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And we are excited too. We can't wait. So definitely. And you know what? If you didn't get a copy of the catalog, you can go on Lilydale's website. So it's www. I'll post it in comments too. It's lilydaleassembly.org. Okay. So you can go on and you can actually download your copy of the catalog, and all the workshops are listed. And we're hoping you come down to see us in Lilydale, and come see me and Brenda, because we're going to be down there. Right, Brenda?
Yes, we are. We both have workshops scheduled, and I know that as a Lilydale medium, you are going to be hosting several of the different services. So it should be an exciting summer.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, we have to say that Lilydale will be following COVID guidelines by the CDC and the New York State guidelines. So, we have to respect that. But
and we wore, like, if you've ever been at the Stump, like last summer I don't know what they're going to do this year for sure, but last year they put sunflowers on the seats at the Stump, and you got to sit on a sunflower, which is kind of nice, but they did that for social distancing so that to keep everybody apart. So guidelines were followed really well. So I look forward to absolutely seeing all of you down there. And again, you know what else too? Like Lilydale's Facebook page, that's important too, because there's different updates and things there all the time too. So we're already, hi Mary, I got to read our comments. We have Patricia, hi from Florida. Hi Patricia. I hope it's nice and warm down in Florida. I'm sure it is, because I know in Buffalo it snowed.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah, it is sunny today, but we were pretty surprised about snow, right, Brenda?
I don't know. My mom would always say, we've had snow on our anniversary many times. And there it was, April 21st, 4 inches of snow in lovely Buffalo. So,
There we
yeah.
were. So, and I had to mention that my brother lives in Florida, so he immediately called me up to tell me about the 75, 80-degree weather you had there. So, yeah. And hi, Amy. I'm glad that you love Lilydale. It is peaceful and beautiful for sure. And hi, Michael. I love to say hi to everybody. So we have Kathy from Nevada. Shirley, your first time here. Hi, Shirley. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. So, okay. So before, Brenda and I have some really cool things to talk about today. I'm so excited. We're going to talk about what, Brenda?
We are talking about mediumship as a healing instrument of spirit.
Yes. And it so much is. So we're going to get to that. Before we do, I have to do my things I have to tell you about from Lilydale first, okay? Otherwise, I might not remember. So there's a few other shows on, okay, Lilydale Blog Talk Radio. So of course, there's Angie and Friends Spiritual Discoveries, and that's Fridays at noon. Colleen Vanderzijden has a great show. It's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. and it's called Embracing Your Essence. Love that one. Our good friend Sharon Hill has Medium Monday, and that's Mondays at noon. And then Celeste Elliott has Wake Up to Spirit, and that's Thursdays at 10. And then Wednesdays with Willa. Sorry. That's with Willa White, and that's Wednesdays at 10 a.m. So all those really cool shows that you can tune on and watch. And what's nice about them too is I think everybody you get to learn. It's so much fun doing this and having different guests on, and you get to find out about different things that there are out in the holistic community and different services. And I feel like I watch all the other shows and I learn, and I get to learn on my show too, because I have people on like Brenda who teach me lots of cool things. So, yeah, definitely. So everybody knows, if you've been on before, that I feel like meditation is the most important thing. When I learn, we all have natural intuitive abilities, every one of us. We're all born with them. It isn't just mediums that can do readings. Everybody can. And I'm going to say this to everybody, and let me know if this is true, that you all get gut feelings about things, right? Or you all just kind of know sometimes that I need to do this or I need to do that. And, and when you follow those knowings or you follow those gut feelings, like every single time, they lead you in the right direction, and they lead you to more. That's so much often those gut feelings are intuition, and it's spirit giving us signs and giving us synchronicity, like all the time, and I myself, I do readings, and I sometimes don't pay attention to them, or I forget, or I wonder, like, is that real or isn't it? But I'll tell you, a couple weeks ago, I had this urge. I'm a creature of habit, okay, and I always go to the same grocery store, and I go to the same drugstore, and I go to the same places, because I like to go in and hurry up and get done, and I know where everything is. So I'm getting ready to go after work, and I needed to go to the drugstore, and I got this urge, go to Rite Aid, not to CVS. Okay. Now that throws me off, because I always go to CVS. What's going on here, right? But I thought, and I just kept getting this feeling, go. Well, I was also kind of contemplating trying to make some decisions in my life and about my holistic center and things, and couldn't figure out what to do, so I had that on my mind too. Okay. So I kept feeling, go to Rite Aid, and I thought, what, I teach this stuff. I should kind of do what I teach, right?
Right.
I like to do that too. So I thought, all right, fine. I'll go to Rite Aid. They're going to have the same things that CVS does, so I guess I'll go there. So don't I go walking into Rite Aid, okay? And I'm always in a hurry. I shouldn't be, but I always am. And I'm going down the aisle, and don't I go almost like this? Boom. And it wasn't boom, but it was running smack dab into somebody I haven't seen, a friend of mine, in probably 3 or 4 years. Whoa, So, and then guess what? Don't we get into a conversation, and don't I wind up with my answers and what I needed to know and to make my decision for my business? So, and for my life. So there you go, So I would say, when you get a gut feeling about something, or you get that feeling, I mean, honestly, maybe I wouldn't have run into anybody, and whatever, I still would have gone to the drugstore and got what I needed. It couldn't have hurt. But taking that chance and saying, what the heck, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to follow that gut feeling. And then look what happened. So, and it was wonderful to get my answers, but it was wonderful to run into a friend I haven't seen, So that's what you have to do, really. A lot of times it's remembering what you already know, right? Because we're intuitive, and then we go off to school, we stop using our imaginations, because our intuition and our imaginations in the same side of our brain, and so a lot of what happens is we forget about our intuition, and then we start taking classes or learning, or we go for a reading, or we start paying attention to the signs that come to us, or paying attention to the gut feelings and things like that, and following them. And then guess what happens? Those natural intuitive abilities wake up, and you get more and more of those things, and you can live your life with like that. Right, Brenda? I'm going out.
Absolutely. No, it's fine. No, it's like, that's one of the classes I'm teaching this summer at Lilydale towards the end of season, is touching the divine guidance for everyday living, right? It's like how you can do this. You don't have to be a medium to touch the divine and use your natural gifts. So, and I believe you teach the same type of classes, Angie. So yeah, it's very,
Brenda, you froze.
Oh, sorry. It's very comforting knowing that we have this whole world on the other side that has our backs and wants to help us.
Yeah. I mean, Brenda, it makes you not feel so alone in the world, right? You're really never alone. Even times that you feel like you are, because we all go through those times, but we never really are. We always have spirit. And one of the things that I remember, my teacher is Elaine Thomas, and I remember her always saying to me is, don't forget to ask. Okay.
Right.
Ask for that assistance. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of times, and this is a great thing too, because we always ask for everybody else. I'm always praying for my kids. Please help my kids, So, but I mean, or whatever. I'm kidding, but we're always.
No, serious. It's that serious. It's true.
Yeah, please, oh my God, what are they doing now, right? Yeah. So, but we do, like, we pray for everybody, right? We do it all the time, and we ask, please let so and so get a sign, or please help them out of this whatever dilemma they're in, and we forget to ask for ourselves, and I find this, okay, and I read this in a book not too long ago. It was a book written by Penny Donovan, and I'll find it before the end of the show to show it to you. But she said, all you have to really ever do is say, I desire to be in complete alignment right now. Okay. I desire to be in complete alignment right now with the spirit world. And so I tried this morning before I tell it to you. I want to make sure it works. I knew it did, and then what I felt was I could feel myself kind of be in alignment. And I feel like what happens is your energy kind of, like the spirit energy kind of comes down, and you're in alignment. And then I said, okay, now I have a question. I'm going to ask a question. Give me an answer. Okay. So I asked my question silently in my mind. And then what happened is right away, I got thoughts that came in, very clear thoughts that I could tell were different than my regular thoughts. And I got some guidance, and so you can do that every single day. You can ask, like, give me, I desire to be in complete alignment. Now give me some guidance about my day today, and see what comes in, and then follow it. Right. Really follow it. And you'll find that you're really getting that guidance. It's there for us always.
Takes practice too. Commitment. Like you say, do it. Do it every day.
Yep, and trust, right, Brenda? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have to trust, because like, we're not talking to people we know, and we don't know what they're talking about. So we have to trust.
Well, and what I was teaching, I'm teaching an intuitive class right now too, for intuition for your daily life. And we were talking about that last night, because, intuition can be, we're taught to trust what we see with our physical eyes, right? And what's black and white, like I can say that wall is beige, or, what have you. And with intuition, you don't see it with your physical eyes. It's non-physical eyes. It's what's inside. So you really do have to trust, right, Brenda?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I better get to meditation because that's kind of what I was going to say. And then I got off on a tangent.
Good tangent, though. Good tangent.
Thanks, Brenda. So, but like I feel this, like if you really want to be connected to your intuition and you want your life to just be better and, and just feel like you're more balanced and centered, meditate every day. Even if you just do it for 5 minutes and you close your eyes and you do deep breathing, like belly breathing, or just listen to some meditation music. And you might even think, like, I remember thinking this in the beginning when I first started meditating, and I still even do, like, I don't think I meditated at all because I couldn't stop my thoughts, what have you, right? But you know what, though? Just stop, just doing it anyway, and setting your intention and sitting in as much silence as you can, and you get used to letting your thoughts just kind of sail on through. And you'll notice just by doing that, I do it because I went to fellowships and we had to meditate. That was one of our, the things you had to commit to go to school. And I did it. It changed my life. So that's why we always start with meditation. So I found a good one today. It's called The Beach. Okay.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. And I feel like, this time of year we're looking forward. I mean, those of you in Florida already have that good weather, but springtime comes and we want that, and we want to go to the beach and go by the water. So I thought this was a good one for right now. So if you could just take a moment, close your eyes, and take a few deep, long breaths. Noticing the cool air coming in, filling your lungs, and the soothing, warm air going out. And just let all your thoughts float away as you bring your attention to your breathing in and out. And you might even mentally scan your body and notice if you're holding any tension in any of your muscles. And if you are, gently let the tension melt away, or breathe into that tension, surrounding it with white light and energy, inviting that area just to completely relax as you feel yourself letting go, feeling more and more comfortable sitting right where you are. And in your mind's eye now, imagine or see yourself descending down a long, narrow wooden stairway toward a beautiful, inviting beach. Your bare feet feel the rough, weathered steps, and with each step, you feel more and more tension gently melting away from your body. And as you continue down the stairway, you notice how the bright white sand stretches down the shoreline as far as your eye can see, and it looks beautiful. The ocean is that deep shade of blue with the fine white crests of the waves sweeping toward the shore. You reach the end of the stairway and step down, sinking into the warm, soothing sand. As you rub the sand lightly between your toes, a soothing sensation of relaxation gently melts through your entire body, letting yourself feel the relaxation that's there on that sand, looking at that beautiful water. The roaring sounds of the sea's surf, the waves crashing over each other, calms your mind and allows you to feel even more relaxed. And slowly now, you begin walking toward the edge of the water, noticing the warm sun on your face and shoulders, and it feels delightful. The salty smell of the sea air invigorates you, and you take in a deep breath, breathing slowly out and feel more relaxed and refreshed. Finally, you reach the water's edge and you gladly invite the waves to flow over your toes and ankles. Feels so good. The water's the perfect temperature. You watch the waves glide smoothly toward you, gently sweeping around your feet, and the trails of seawater that flow slowly back out again. The cool water feels soft and comforting as you enjoy a few moments, allowing yourself to gaze out on the far-reaching horizon. Overhead, you notice two seagulls gracefully soaring high above the ocean waters, and you can hear their soft cries becoming faint as they glide away. All of these sights, sounds, and sensations allow you to let go and relax more and more. After a moment, you begin strolling down the beach at the water's edge. You feel a cool, gentle breeze pressing lightly against your back. And with every step, you feel yourself relaxing more and more. As you walk down the beach, you notice the details of sights and sounds all around you, and feeling still the soothing sensations of the sun, the breeze, and the sand below your feet. And as you continue your leisurely walk down the beach, you begin to notice a beach chair resting in a nice, peaceful spot where the powdery, soft sand lies undisturbed. And you take a few moments to sit in the chair, luxuriating in the beauty all around you, allowing yourself to feel that peace and relaxation, hearing the sounds of the waves, continuing to feel the sun on your face and your shoulders, and it feels wonderful. And allowing yourself now to begin returning here to our virtual room, feeling relaxed, feeling at peace, and knowing that if you need to feel relaxed or starting your meditation in the morning or having a little stress in your day, closing your eyes and just imagining yourself back at that beach, walking down the sand down the by the waves through the sand, or sitting in that chair and looking out, and you'll feel the same sensation of peaceful relaxation. So
that was wonderful.
you like it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, sorry, not coming back.
I know, that's how it gets to be, right?
Yeah, see you, bye.
For a couple hours. Yeah. Boy, Brenda did tell me that she could just push the button and leave anytime. I told you better not, right?
Right. I have my power, right? Think.
Yes. You guys, I should have done this right away. Thanks, Grace. I loved it too. Oh, Peggy said, take me to the beach. Michael, yes. Cool. All right, you guys. I love when you talk to us too. So I want to read you, before we start talking to Brenda, I want to read you her bio. Okay. Okay. So that you know who Brenda is. Brenda's, first I'll start out, she's a really good friend of mine. So Brenda is a psychic, spiritual medium, medical intuitive, Usui. I don't know how you pronounce that.
Usui.
Oh, I was way off.
Okay.
In a Sui. Okay. Reiki master teacher, certified holistic educator, and an ordained something minister.
Melchizedek.
Okay. All right. So Brenda is a member of the Church of the Living Spirit in Lilydale, New York, and she believes that we are all born with natural gifts and enjoys teaching and helping others to open up to their own psychic and spiritual abilities. Brenda has studied with many gifted teachers and healers, including Reverend Irma K. Sawyer, Tina Zion, Annette Stefano, Reverend Judith Rochester, Reverend Ann Gaiman, and Reverend Jan Cook of Lilydale, New York. Brenda has lectured and taught at various locations such as Lilydale Assembly, the Spirit University, Bolts of Love, Santosha Holistic Center, I know that one, and Angels of Hope Healing and Learning Center. And Brenda also had her own radio show, Discovering Your Intuitive Self. So I'm going to post Brenda's website in case you want to know more about Brenda. She's pretty awesome. So
you're not biased at all.
So Brenda, now that I've said all this stuff about you, tell us more about you.
Really? What's left to say?
I know.
Yeah. But no, pretty much what you said. I was recently approved to be a member of the Lilydale Assembly. So I'm very happy about that, right?
Okay.
Always wanting to encourage people to embrace their natural gifts, right? And so I do appointments out of Santosha, and, teach different classes at Santosha with you and, at other times.
Yeah.
Yes, you can go to my website, and it's very easy to remember, BrendaReading.com. That was done for a reason. And and I do have 2 classes, like I said at the beginning of the show, for Lilydale this summer. And I'm also trying to write a book. I've been spending quite a few months helping to teach my grandchildren on Zoom for school. So that's been a trip. I could write a book all about that.
That changed our whole lives, right? You probably could.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, but like you, I mean, I think one of the things that have really helped me through this last year or so of my life is my connection to spirit.
Yeah.
Because you can always sit in the quiet and connect and have that feeling, and it's so comforting. And so for me, I mean, the pandemic has touched everyone in various ways, but that was helpful for me to be able to, and it also gave us a little more time, at least for me, to reconnect, to reconnect to spirit and all that. So I'm just pleased. I'm so happy that I'm here with you on this show, and that, that we can talk to people about what we do and
me
in
too.
Our life.
I know, and I'm happy to have you. You know,
So
you
thank
said
you.
that, like that reconnecting to spirit, because I felt like I did that too. And I've talked to a lot of people who kind of felt that way, you know, when we were in quarantine, right? And we had to stay home. It's, you know, and that's hard, you know, and
Yeah.
most of us. And for me, it was really hard because I'm busy all the time. But I feel like that's what I did too, was reconnect to spirit, you know. I love that you said that. And I know, like, for me, I did a lot of meditation. You know, I feel like connecting to spirit can even be things like going out in nature, right? And going for a walk.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
Just being aware of everything that's around you. And you know, it also, you mentioned my radio show. I'm taking a little break right now because of the different projects, but during that time, you know, during the pandemic, I felt like it was important for us to try to reach people, you know, because people were quarantined and maybe not getting access to the, you know, different classes and things. And so we both hopped on Zoom and we tried to make the most of it. And so now, I mean, we've been able to reach so many more people and, you know, so, I mean, that's why we do it, right? Because as we talked at the beginning of the show, mediumship, spiritualism, it's all part of a healing, you know, with spirit. So, I mean, so that's one thing that was positive for me. You know, throughout.
No, me too. And you're right, connecting. I love, like, that was the one thing nobody was more afraid of doing things online and Zoom than I was. But even, like, say, doing what we're doing today on Facebook Live, I wouldn't have done this back then either. And how people are from all over the place. And it makes us feel like we really are together. We really are one, right?
Right. It is true. It is so true. I'm taking this class with the Edgar Cayce Institute of New York City, and the science that's been behind it, and realizing how much we really are one is just amazing. So, yeah. So it's been an eye opener, but in some good ways too.
Yes, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so all right, so Brenda, I got to ask you this, okay? Like, I know, and I'll tell you quick, like, what brought me to Lilydale. Okay, so it was back in the day when I was like 17 or 18, and I actually worked at a bank, and a couple people I worked with were into you know, psychic stuff, and they wanted to develop their intuition. And, you know, we were reading books about Jane Roberts channeling Seth and all this kind of stuff, and trying the exercises, you know. So, and kind of discovering that we kind of had, like, intuitive abilities too, which we thought was pretty cool and kind of scary too, you know.
Yeah.
So, right. Like what the heck is going on here, right? And so we ended up going to Lilydale to get a reading. My friend said, we're going to get readings, you know, and then we need to confess that we can do this stuff too, you know. So we went to Elaine Thomas, and that's kind of what brought me to Lilydale, was going to talk to her. And then she told me that, you know, she had a school, and I'm like, what? There's schools on this stuff? And, you know, so I went to the school, and that's kind of like that began my journey with Lilydale, which has now been a lot of years. So what was yours? Like, I don't think we've ever talked about this. Like, what brought you to Lilydale and getting into this spiritual work? How did it start?
Well, it started when I was a child, because I would sense people in my bedroom at night, you know, and I, like you say, it's like, what is this, right? You don't know. And I was raised in a Catholic family, so we didn't talk about that stuff. And so when I got older, I actually found out that my grandmother and my mother actually lived in Lilydale for a while, right? Yeah. And things just started happening, you know, more and more. Things that I would have dreams, I would know things, I would see things, I would hear things. And finally, it just got to a point where I thought, you know, I need to figure this out. You know, I need to find out, you know, because at first, you know, everybody kind of tells you that there's something wrong with you. You know, like, oh, let's take her to the doctor because, you know, she must be having a problem, or, you know, and I needed to find out, you know, am I okay? Or is there something else going on here? Yeah. And so it was funny. And I said this when I interviewed with the assembly. It's like the very first time I walked onto the Lilydale grounds, I felt like I could actually breathe. It was like coming home. It was like, you know what? Nobody's going to judge me here. People are going to embrace my gifts, and they might even help me learn how to, you know, fine tune them and do something with them. Yeah. So that's how I got there. And then the people that I feel like I was guided the whole way, because first I took some classes from Ann Gaiman, and she was amazing. And just her life story just made me feel even, so if you've never read her book, The Priest and the Medium, go find that.
I love it. Yes.
I mean, it just made me feel like, okay, so I can be here too, right? And so, it's like, and then somebody told me about Judith Rochester, and that has been such a gift to me personally my whole life. Not just, her teaching, but her mentorship, her fellowship, and how she continues to help people. I mean, it just opened up a whole world for me. And then I realized that, back to the topic of the show, that mediumship was has such a healing component to it, emotionally, spiritually, and even the physical, that it just felt natural. So I hope that answers your question.
No, it totally does. No, thank you for that. And you know what Dawn says? Dawn Howard, I'm going to answer your question, Dawn. Some of us are so far from connecting to spirit that it seems impossible. You say it's not. That gives me hope. I'm absorbing every single word you say. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks for saying that. And you know what? That's really true. Like a lot of times we wonder that. Like when I, went to Lilydale, or Brenda did too, it's kind of a curiosity. And then you find that you meditate, or, you read spiritual books. Or I think, honestly, to me, sometimes I connect best to spirit just by going for a walk by myself, out in the woods, and just kind of noticing everything. And you can kind of feel that calming sense that comes over you. And that really is your connection to spirit, right, Brenda?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's best when you're not looking for it, when everything else in the world isn't. And that's why a lot of people get information in their dreams, because they don't have the filter. They don't have the fear, right? They're sleeping. And so that's how it starts for a lot of people, because the fear can be a block for us,
Yeah. Or the fear, like, and I don't even know, it like say fear, but I feel like it's more like, is this real? Right.
Yeah,
like
that too.
Like, do you trust it, or is it real? Or somebody asked my class last night, like, how do you know you're not just making this up? And you know what, with intuition, it feels a lot like that, right? Because it's imagination. Yeah.
Especially when you start doing readings for other people, and the information that you're given from spirit is so, like, it would make absolutely no sense to you, right? And you don't even know what it is, and it can be sometimes really silly, right? Like, and you talk, and you're like, I really have to say this. This is what I have to communicate to my sitter. But then we're taught, it's not for you. It's for the sitter. You're just a channel. And then you say this very particular, funky thing, and they light up with like, oh my gosh, it makes perfect sense. And then right now I got chills everywhere. It's like, that that's not my stuff. That's your stuff. And the more you do it, and the more you practice it, then you have,
Right. And then you kind of know, like, say in a reading, you can do it, but then it also gives you faith for yourself too.
Absolutely.
Because correct. You know how I learned that, Brenda? I learned that a lot of times, like doing readings, because I wouldn't say it, and
after the fact. Right.
And then the person would say, wow, that was a really good reading, but I wish you would have talked about this, 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 and this. And I'm like, oh, I had that. I should have just said it, and
Absolutely.
and it's things like that you learn to trust. And then you kind of learn, like, wow, this stuff really is real. And, and then you realize it is when you're doing a reading, but also, just for yourself and in your own life.
Yeah. And you learn the difference, like, especially with clairaudience, with the voice, clear hearing. It's like, it's not your voice, because the sound of your own voice, and it doesn't come in necessarily from here. It comes in from here or here, wherever. So you learn all these things. And people, let me tell you, Angie has wonderful classes. She teaches this. If you're looking even if you're, as they say, a newbie, right? Even if you're brand spanking new and you just want to learn and develop and just learn how to, get in touch with your own senses, look up Angie's stuff, because she's a great teacher.
Thank you.
You can pay me later, Angie. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I will. $5 for you,
$5.
You know what, though? I always forget to talk about that, because actually I'm teaching in Lilydale July 17th. I just did my schedule, and it's a beginning intuitive development course, So I'm excited about that, because it gives you the basics, so you kind of know, and Michael's saying so true on the voice. That's true. Because I think that's your intuition comes to you that way too, where you hear a voice, or it's like a loud thought, right? Because it's kind of in your mind.
And sometimes it's really loud. They just keep banging you with it and they won't let it go until you say what you're supposed to say. And it's like, all right, already, I got it. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, that's so true. I have that all the time. It's like, all right, I get it. You know, one time,
right?
One of my better ones was one. You know how you get a song stuck in your head, you know, and you can't get that song out of your head, right? So one day I'm getting ready and doing whatever, and I have the song "Love Me Tender" by Elvis in my head, right? And I can't get rid of the song. You know, it's just there, and I'm like, I don't want to hear this anymore, you know, and it's there. So finally, you know, I kind of know that when you get things like that, that you kind of have to stop, right? And say, okay, so what is this about? Like, is this somebody giving me a message or what? And then all of a sudden, my mom came into my mind, and then my daughter came into my mind. My daughter's here. My mom's on the other side. My daughter's birthday was coming up. Okay. And my mother and my daughter lived in Memphis, Tennessee for a long time.
Oh boy.
And my mother and my daughter loved Elvis, went to Graceland like so many times, you know. And then I went, all right, Mom, okay, I got it. Okay. I will tell my daughter that you love her very much and you want to wish her a happy birthday. And as soon as I acknowledged that and got that, the song went away.
Yep.
Pretty cool, right?
Exactly how it works.
Yeah. Do you ever get them in songs too?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I got them in songs. One time I told this on my radio show. I was taking a class in Lilydale and we were doing, you know, standing up and giving messages in the group. And the song, and when I first started doing this, I felt like my guides must have been Disney characters because some of the songs they were giving me were like, are you kidding me? So I had to say, hi ho, I'm off to work I go, right? The 7 dwarfs from Snow White. Okay, right? I had a very long talk with my guides after this class. But the gentleman says, I know this message is for me because I'm one of 7 brothers. So it was like,
oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, right. So I mean, it's, you have to listen.
You have to listen.
Yeah.
And you have to trust that you kind of give it, because that was one of those times that you're thinking, I am not saying
Absolutely.
There's no way am I saying that. And then you say it and the person laughs and they're like, oh my God. And kind of like giving it that way and saying it that way and trusting it that way is kind of what gave him the message, right?
Absolutely. And then the thing too, is like after you make that link with the person, then the information just starts coming so fast and furious. But it's like however spirit works with you, and everyone works differently. It's like they give you that special word or sound or whatever it is to make that link with the person.
Yeah.
And for that day, it happened to be Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. But
yeah, that's very, very cool. We have comments here. Susanna, I've just joined, and I'd love to know if Brenda has a website or Facebook page. I'm enjoying this very much. Thank you. Susanna. Awesome. Yes, I will post her. It'll be in the comments that I'll post her website for sure. Yeah. I know. I'm happy that you came on today too, Brenda. We always have a lot of fun together.
It's easy, Susanna. It's BrendaReading.com. You won't miss it. And on my Facebook page is Brenda Reading, Spiritual Healer, Teacher, Medium. So yeah, you can find me on there. Yeah.
Find her, yeah.
Thank you though.
Oh, hi, Brittany. You're on here. Hi, Brittany. I can second Angie's great classes. I feel funny reading this about myself. I started with her a few months ago, and it's so crazy. You walk in knowing nothing, and a few classes in, I was saying things to people that shocked even me. Yay. That's awesome. Yeah. And you're awesome, Brittany, too. I'm happy that you're in class. Thank you.
I helped mentor that class with Angie, and Brittany, I'll second that. You're doing a great job. So stick with it.
Definitely. Yeah. So, all right. So Brenda, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm kind of going off topic here, but I know that like on your radio show, you used to do different like little exercises to help people with their intuition. And putting you on the spot, or would you have one off the top of your head? Didn't you have like an alphabet one or something? That's one I'm remembering. Yes. You don't have to give that one. You can do whatever you want, but
yeah, I can talk about that. That's where
I think those exercises would help everybody today, even me. Yeah.
So yeah, the alphabet one is pretty easy. You just sit in the quiet, right? Or, you know, some people listen to meditation music for a little bit to get them in the zone, you know, and then they turn it off or whatever. I have an app on my phone. It's called Meditation Sounds. And I like to listen to this one particular thing before I do a reading or whatever, and it helps. But you do that. And then you ask spirit, you just have your conversation with spirit. Okay. And it can be either clairvoyantly, which is seeing things like a movie screen in your mind, or, you know, hearing, you know, it's really a exercise for those.
Brenda, for a second.
Okay, for those two particular clairs. But so you start with one letter every day and you sit in the quiet and you just simply ask, Spirit, please give me a sign or symbol or picture or tell me something that begins with the letter. And you don't have to start with letter A because, or in succession, you don't have to do it A, B, C, D, because if you think about it, if you're doing in its succession, you may be already pre-thinking about what you're going to get. Okay. And the idea is, like Angie always says, link, don't think. Okay. So yeah. So you know, you can do it in order A, B, C, but you can also just pick any letter in the alphabet and you say, Spirit, please give me something for the, you know, this is good for symbols too. Give me something for the letter, you know, F. And then, you know, they might show you a Ferris wheel or whatever. And then you write that down, you know, and then you do that. And it's really not yourself thinking about it. You know, you're, cause especially if it comes in with a picture and you'll notice, I mean, these are simple things. Or you can sit in your room and you can shut your eyes and you can just like notice all the sounds that are going on around you that you don't take the time to notice. Okay. So you're fine tuning your regular hearing. And then it also helps you to fine tune your inner hearing. So there's a lot of different exercises you can do.
So Brenda, should we try it? What the heck? Like the
if you want to.
So okay, so you're kind of saying, so what do? I have to like, you can teach it to me.
Okay, so all right, so let's just sit in our chairs and we'll close our eyes.
Everybody try this too. You're going to learn to connect to your intuition. I'm so glad Brenda's here.
And we're going to just take a couple deep breaths. Keep your eyes closed. Now, don't do this if you're driving. Okay.
Yeah, good idea.
And take a couple deep breaths and just release them out slow. And let's just take our attention to the area between our eyebrows. Okay. That's our third eye chakra. So let's take our attention to that. And that would be where you would receive an image from Spirit. And let's ask Spirit, and you can say it out loud or you can say it to yourself. Spirit, please give me or show me an image of something that starts with the letter M. And then just notice what you see in your imagination, what comes in, and take note of that. And then if you wish, we can take a moment to just be quiet. Notice the sounds that are around you in the room that you're in. Me, I can hear some traffic outside.
Me too.
And I just heard the heater kick in downstairs. So become aware of your hearing and the sound of your breath. This may be a little more difficult, but let's do it anyway. So, and let's ask Spirit to give you a sound. Now I received the sound of a bird chirping, which was not outside because it didn't come in through my regular ears, but that's a little more, you know, so you have to have some practice with that.
Mm-hmm.
all of these things. And you can just open your eyes now. And the more you practice and the more you call your attention to your inner sight and your inner hearing, the more you will receive.
Yeah, for sure. Want me to, should I tell you what I got?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I got M and I got milk, and I'm like, milk? What the heck is this? You know, am I getting milk? I want something better than milk, right? But then I kind of did what you said, and it's like, so what does that mean? Like, spirit give me more, right?
Okay,
And then I saw myself like with my bowl of cereal, right? That when I was a kid, like my Fruity Pebbles or whatever, and kind of, you know, always having that cereal and not worrying so much like, oh my God, that isn't healthy, or better not eat cereal, but just kind of letting myself be a kid and letting myself enjoy and letting myself have fun and not worrying so much about things, right? So
that's nice. Thank you for sharing that. I got a monkey and I have no idea why. Maybe because I just had to keep talking and go to the rest of the exercise. So I'll have to figure out why I got a monkey. So
monkey, yeah, you're gonna have to ask them what that was. But I like that though, because that was cool, because I got a whole message, and that's a message I needed. And really, like, isn't that something we can do, that anybody could do that anytime?
Absolutely. And so you can do that for yourself.
Yeah, no, I think so too. So thank you, Brenda. I know that I kind of put you on the spot there.
Oh, that's okay.
You weren't expecting me to do that, but you know, I want to talk too. Let's see. Oh, you guys, what did you get? Let's see. Okay, so Brittany, you got a monkey too? You were like, what the heck? Okay, so we might have to tune in with that monkey. Like I almost kind of feel like monkey mind or something.
Absolutely. That just popped in my head too. They're telling us we need to have some time where we're not, because it is so true. The last few weeks I have just been like zippity doo-dah and all over the place. So yeah.
Oh, Kathy Swim, you got a monkey as well?
Yeah. So we need to take some time to love our brain, you know, and to love ourselves.
Oh my God. So Wendy got a monkey as well. So there we go too. So that definitely, I think that's what that means too. Like I did a course called 100th Monkey, and it was about meditation, right? And kind of making sure that you took that quiet time for you. So, and then Brittany got that cricket for the seconds or sound.
Look at Dawn. She said she was talking about, you know, being hard to connect with spirit. Dawn, you did it. You got a mirror and a little gong song. So you can sit with that later. Yes, go back later and sit with it and see what you get more. So. Yeah,
absolutely. Brenda's right about that. Sit with it and ask spirit to give you more. But Dawn, yay, see, you can connect to spirit. I'm so glad that you did that. I'm so glad. Jill, my husband's here. He said peanut M&M's his favorite. Yay. You want some peanut M&M's now too. I love those too.
Right.
It's delicious. Yeah. But hey, you know what? Maybe it's allow yourself to indulge yourself. I know for me, I always go peanut M&M's. I can't be eating those. They're not healthy. And why not indulge sometimes, right?
Well, you know what? Going back to the topic of our show, which we've kind of like skirted around, which is fine, right? We're going with the flow. We're talking about what people.
Brenda's going to be back probably next week,
we'll
and then
see.
we're going to talk about what was our topic?
I think it was medical intuition and stuff, but
mediumship is a healing instrument of spirit.
Yeah.
You know what though? I mean, you guys, like, it's healing for you all to know how to connect to your intuition, I think.
Absolutely. And sometimes, like, okay, so if I may share this, it's like I don't know anything about the lady's husband. Okay, his favorite's peanuts, M&Ms. But sometimes when you're getting messages, right, especially when you're with a sitter and stuff, the physical nature, the loved ones on the other side, they will tell on you. Okay, so you better be prepared when you go for your reading. I have had spirit loved ones, and they'll say, she hasn't gone for her such and such test, you know, or she's not supposed to be eating this, you know what I mean? So that, you know, talking about getting, you know, helpful healing information from the other side. I mean, there is that.
Well, spiritual is they want to help, right? So they
absolutely. They love you and they want to help you.
Yeah, for sure. Like your loved ones that have crossed over to the other side, they want to still be part of your life. And that's
absolutely.
and they'll come in like my mother. When my mother comes in and I get a reading, my mother comes in, it's usually a lecture,
Yeah. Well, didn't I give you a quick reading one day and your mom or your grandma came in or something and she was telling you something you had to go do? I think, remember?
Like, and my mother were Italian, so usually it's like, what the heck is wrong with you? Think about what you're doing. So yes, they come through with that too, but they don't just say that, like, and then they say, we recommend this, 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 and this.
Right.
So it's amazing to be able to connect.
Yeah. It's like this week I was doing it was supposed to be a medical intuitive reading, right? But what happens is the spirit loved ones sneak in, right? And so they want to say things too. And so before we even got to the process, this woman's grandmother is telling me all about the familial, things, the physical things, and this is this, and this is this. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to go to her because she's here and she wants to help. Yeah. So, that's the amazing thing about it too.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And like emotionally, I mean, you think about it, how many people come with, I didn't get to say goodbye, or I didn't, are they upset with me? Or, apologies come through from the other side, or, messages for friends and family of the sitter, can you please tell them this? Or, permission to move on with their life. I mean, there's so many times that it's like, okay, you can let this go now. They want you to move on. It's just,
they want you to, they want you to go forward for sure. And you're right. Like I'll just tell this one little story. So do you mind?
It's your show, honey.
I want us both. I want you to come back and we can tell all stories.
I will.
But I think you might come back next week, right?
It depends on if I'm taking a certain trip. We'll see.
All right. Okay. So you'll find out and see. So one time when I went to the stump to give messages, and I was pretty scary because that's public mediumship. So I kind of sat off to the side and I thought I'll have a message. I'll get a message now while I'm sitting here and feel like I have something when I get up there. So I get up there with my message and that's making me feel more confident. Right. And then I look and that person left. Oh no. So yeah, that happened. So I'm like, I have to stand up here in the microphone. Oh no.
That was a lesson. That was a lesson for you.
But you know what though, Brenda? I look out there and I see this girl and I see mom over her head, not literally in my mind's eye. Yeah. And I went to her and I said, I feel, do you understand your mom on the other side? She immediately starts crying. The mom immediately gives me evidence that it's her and gives me a message. And the girl comes up to me after the service and she goes, I can't even begin to, this is all about trust. She goes, I can't begin to thank you enough. My mom passed away like 3 days ago and I've been so worried about her. I wanted to know she was okay. And that's that's what you gave me. So like, I felt like
there's no price tag for that. It's like, it's such a gift that you gave that woman. Well, that spirit gave, through you as the channel to that woman. It's just amazing.
Yeah. And that to me, that was the thing about trusting too, because spirit will direct you to where you're supposed to be, and I didn't have to do that off to the side. Like, let me get a message ahead of time, let me tell you how that felt when I got up there and I'm like, and I'm feeling a little confident, like I have a message. I'm all set as I walk up there. And it's like, oh, the person's gone. I know that was bad.
They had your back though. They knew you. They knew you were more than capable, and obviously that message that you gave that woman had priority. She sat in first class passenger, so
Absolutely. But spirit, you know what, Brenda? That just showed like spirit guides us, like the mediums, to go to the people we're supposed to go to. But they guide like every single one of us every single day. Like we're all getting messages. Like the things that we need are there if we pay attention, right?
90 seconds.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Oh, this has just been so much fun with you today.
I know. I am so happy that you came on, Brenda. I really am.
Thank you.
And as soon as we can work it out, you'll come back and we'll share more stories.
Absolutely.
Mediumship being a healing instrument. We didn't. We should have known we'd have a lot to talk about because Brenda and I can't really talk on the phone without at least an hour going by every time, right?
I know. It's true. I'm guilty. Yeah.
Yeah, no, me too. And I love it too. I'm happy to have you as my friend. And I thank you so much for coming on the show. Everybody, this is Brenda Reading. Everybody's saying that from the comments, everybody's saying they liked it. I want to thank all of you for coming on and spending an hour of your time with us. We love that so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Dawn. And Dawn, you can do it. Yay. All of you can. So practice that, you guys. Ask, come up with a letter and ask for something and figure out how you can get a message for yourself. You can do it every single day. And don't forget to meditate, okay? And I'll be really excited to see you next Friday at noon. I'll be back for Spiritual Discoveries with Angie and friends. And I thank you all so, so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, Brenda.
10 seconds.
Oh, we did that pretty good on time.